While many indie developers and modders see fan games as creations out of love for the source material, some companies like Nintendo aren't exactly familiar with the strange concept of fans or good business decisions. Thus, lately, many good fan games rivaling that of even Nintendo's quality have been given the good old DMCA takedown, Nintendo's favorite tool when it comes to the uses of their intellectual property. But is it really the right decision? Surely a non-profit game does no harm, right? While Nintendo's takedowns are not exactly the greatest, there is still some logic behind them. So today, we're gonna talk about that. Flash, and today we're talking about Nintendo and why they've been taking down so many fan games recently. If you're a part of the community, it shouldn't come as a surprise to you that most Nintendo fans with at least 2 functioning brain cells aren't happy about the recent takedowns of Pokemon Uranium and AM2R. The thing is, Nintendo is in the legal right to do so, and with any fan game that actually touches any of their assets or design of any of their IPs. I'm not going to bore you with copyright law because, heck, I don't even know much about it, but just to clear some things up before I start explaining this, these fan games use copyrighted characters and designs. In the case of Pokemon Uranium, well, literally every single Pokemon in general. This means while you could argue fair use, most likely the amount of content used in these fan games clearly breaches the maximum protected by it. This is what makes it copyright infringement! And by the way, I'm no expert, like I said before, so if I got anything wrong, comment below and I'll correct it promptly. Anyway, as I was saying, this is why Nintendo can take down these games, but what is the reason to do so? Sega, a company on the other end of the spectrum, literally hired a creator of many Sonic fan games, Christian Whitehead, to work on Sonic Mania, and whatever your views on the Sonic franchise may be, Sonic Mania so far looks to be a good game in the making. So why doesn't Nintendo share these views? It all simply comes down to their image, something they've been extremely protective about from the very start, as reflected by their tough quality control and weak third-party market. Nintendo doesn't want their company to be associated with any unofficial titles simply because they can't control the quality of said title. Yes, money may be involved in the issue, but many non-profit fan games end up getting the boot as well. Let's take AM2R for example. I'll go ahead and let fellow YouTuber Haydox explain this to you.
AM2R was recently released by a man named Dr. M64 after roughly 10 years of development. He and his team sought to remake Metroid 2 as the game itself is pretty dated, and Nintendo didn't seem to have any interest in remaking it themselves. This was a fan-made endeavor, and one that was purely out of love for the original and wanting to improve it. Nowhere in this process did Dr. M64 or his team strive to turn a profit off of Nintendo's IP.
As he shows, AM2R was created over a 10-year time span out of pure love for the IP without planning on making a single dime from it, and yet it was still taken down. And while many may argue that AM2R would discourage fans from buying the original game, let's be honest, not many people would have bought it in the first place. It all comes down to the fact that Nintendo doesn't want to risk a bad game with one of their names on the front. While AM2R is certainly not a bad game, and neither is Pokemon Uranium for that matter, there are so many awful fan games out there. I dare you to search for Mario in the Google Play Store. Seriously, there are so many horrible, lousy, ad-ridden games that it's unbelievable. Look at this one, City Mario by Learning Games Kids. This game, I am sure you will addictive it. Yeah, I'm real sure about that too. Also, real subtle with a fake review, Manish Kumar. Q. Yeah, I think so too, to be honest. Anyway, let's put this in perspective. Say there's a small child looking to get into the Mario franchise, and this is the first Mario game they've touched. Because of this bad experience, Nintendo's first impression on this potential customer has been ruined. While there may be more reasons to this than simply image, I think that this is a major one that a lot of people tend to overlook. It doesn't even have to apply to fan games. I mean, look at YouTube videos for example. Say a 9-year-old recorded their gamepad with a camera made in 2003 and then uploaded it to YouTube. Doesn't look too good to someone looking for gameplay, does it? I'm not saying this mindset is perfect, but then again, there is some logic behind Nintendo's harsh decisions. However, this does not mean that AM2R and Pokemon Uranium should have gotten the boot. Personally, I think that Nintendo should actually look at fan games before giving them the ban hammer, and yes, I know it would be a lengthy process, but should you really be taking down well-received games that make great use of your IPs without making profit, rather than allowing this garbage to exist and make ad revenue at the same time? Overall, I see Nintendo's mindset, and I don't really think they should be getting too much hate for DMCAing these games, but at the same time, they really could have just given them a chance, and heck, they weren't even hurting anything unlike City Mario over here. I just think that they should really look what they're nuking before they press the red button, but yeah, I guess that's just me. Speaking of red buttons, there's also one down there that gives you weekly updates about my content, which, if you enjoyed, leaving a like would also be appreciated. And hey, why not tell me your opinion on this video by leaving a comment down below? Also, I heard that I can accept captions now, so I'll be accepting the funniest one within reason for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.